So, what, where that happens, and how would it be like?
On Gallifrey?
Yeah.
Well, for me, personally, the brilliant thing about The Deadly Assassin, which is one of Gallifrey's first one, is because it was never done before, really, and subsequently, every time you go back to it, it starts to make the Time Lords a bit too domesticated, I think. That's why Russell T Davies came up with the whole idea of the Doctor being the last one, is that eventually, if you see them so often, they become a bit like a bunch of MPs. Whereas if you talk about them as this amazing, powerful force, they're much more exciting to talk about in the abstract. So I don't know if I would want to do one of Gallifrey. I mean, I think the way that they were represented in The End of Time and Today the Doctor is very exciting because we're seeing them in a crisis and they're both trying to come up with different ways of saving themselves. But I suppose if the Doctor ever does find Gallifrey, then we might find it. Who knows what that?
Okay, let's just stick to these questions, please. Next is from Mariana de Castro. Where is she? Mariana de Castro.
Hello.
Okay. When I first watched the study, and my caught appeared, I thought he was Moriarty.
Exactly.
Your cast to play Moriarty instead. What would differ from Andrew's performance? What would you change? By the way, love you.
It wouldn't be as good. It'd probably be less Irish. Smaller. The same suit. So obviously I think we did that deliberately so that we made it look like Mike Oxford Moriarty and most people fell for it. So that's the reason I'm not credited in those episodes, is because the publicity goes out in advance and it would say. So I just didn't appear. I don't know what I do. I mean, the brilliant thing about Andrew is that he came in to read and he was just so extraordinary and different, and we just knew immediately that was the way we wanted to go with it. And you know, again, it's made him famous, and he loves the show, and he's fantastic.
Next question is from Mariana something.
Três Mariana.
As a writer of Sherlock, do you think it's easier to write a character that is based on a book, or that is based on the work of other actors, like the Doctor is based on the work of 15 years?
Well, yes. If you're adapting something, it's obviously you've got a template, which is very helpful. With the Doctor is always the Doctor, so it depends on which aspect of his personality you're writing for. But you know you're dealing, it's the hero to a greater or lesser extent. It's essentially the same show as it ever was. It's just sort of changed over the years in different ways. But obviously, writing for a new Doctor, you have to. You end up, I think, sort of first writing a sort of default Doctor, and then what I always do as an actor is to listen to people talking and get the rhythms of their speech and sort of adapt the character in that way. And then as new scripts come in and you start to see bits of the performance, then you can start making it more specific.
Why are you so sexy?
Hello.
Now that you have achieved so much success, what is your goal as an artist?
How do you do that without looking at this? What's my goal? Well, there's some parts I'd like to play which I haven't. I'd love to play Jacob Marley in A Christmas Carol. That's my favourite song. I keep saying that, no one ever. And I'd love to, well, just carry on doing what I'm doing. To be honest, I'm blessed I'm doing the two principal things I'm doing are two of the things I've always loved the most. And if you can make what you love into a job, then you're all right. And there are, there are lots of things I'd like to, lots of books I'd like to adapt, lots of things. I've just directed a ghost story, and I'd like to do more directing. I really enjoyed that. So, well, we'll see.
How do you define the ways and manners of Menenius in Coriolanus? This is from Caroline Boeta Bohio.
The ways of manners. I don't understand.
Of the ways and manners of Menenius in Coriolanus.
Character. Well, like the play I just did with Tom Hiddleston. He's sort of uncle-like figure to Coriolanus. So obviously there's a lot in the Shakespeare. But I wanted to make it very. Tom is younger than most Coriolanuses are, so in a way everybody was a lot younger. Menenius is usually much older. So I tried to make it more of a sort of uncle-like figure. And then it just sort of developed, really. A lot of it was the costume, so I'm always very keen on. And I had this amazing thing called the Scardigan, which is a cardigan with a scarf attached. So I'm going to market. That's my next big thing. I'm going into knit film. But the whole thing was a fantastic experience, actually. And doing the live version, which was again was broadcast at cinemas, was really exciting. It was an amazing thing. In fact, I got a message from David Tennant that night. He was watching it in Vancouver. It was an incredible thing to think that it was going out all over the world. Bye.
Pessoal,
That's it.
That's it.
finalizamos aqui agradecendo a presença. Queria passar dois recados bem importantes, tá? Primeiro, para quem tem a pulseira pro autógrafo, permanecer nos lugares que a nossa equipe vai buscar vocês aí e a entrada vai ser de 10 em 10 pessoas. Quem